What up, you guys? It is your homeboy, Charles Becco from Brooklyn Traders, and today we got a special show for you. Let's get right to it. All right, Tesla. So, yeah, what's going on here? So, we are in a textbook short setup that we were in since Friday, right? So today, we got the spillover. Looking for the test of the 21 here, the daily 21, 237. We could push lower to 220. Yeah, I mean, according to this chart, we could go all the way down to 210 before we really find anything, right? So I'm looking for a test of 240, 230, 229, and maybe 210, 215 on Tesla. So look at Amazonian. It looks like we're kind of falling apart all at once here. All right, so let's get a close below 127.30 tomorrow for the short on Amazon. Long term, okay, we do got some momentum on the weekly time frame then. All right, so a little mixed signals there. This is a very funny chart. I guess technically, right? I mean, according to the pattern that we look for, we weren't really in a short setup in Amazon. I mean, in Google until 2 days ago, and it took us a while for us to get the spill down. And this is a really nasty rejection here, right? Yeah, so look for a retest of 119 there on Google. Kind of sloppy chart. Yeah, Facebook, same thing, right? Look for a close below this number here, 277. So as you can see by looking at these multiple charts, it looks like, kind of the sell-off is going to be in waves, right? So you can see names like Microsoft and Tesla that was already kind of midway into it, while something like Meta and Amazon is just getting started, right? So we've been in a sell-off pattern here since the 20th here. That's last week, right? Yeah. So Microsoft there, still in a short setup, but broke the 21 here. Look for a retest of 319. Looks like that's where we want to go. All right, but around 319, 320 is where I would look for some support on Microsoft. Let's look at SPY. Same thing, right? Just working this way to the 21, right? Look for that 430 kiss. But yeah, check that out on SPY there. Weekly pattern looks good, I'm not looking to predominantly short any of these. I mean, I would look more so to buy the dip. Let's look at Apple here. Just strongest name in the business, right? Again, this will be like a second legger of the decline, right? Okay, so the shorter term time frames, like the hourly, are reading bearish, while the daily is still reading bearish, but not as much. The longer term time frames, definitely the weekly is definitely reading bullish there. So just mixed, right? So it looks like the daily, I mean, just geez, right? Look at that. Let's look at this from like a 4-year time frame. Jeez, right? But we've seen it before. We may be in a gigantic channel. I mean, we broke out of it, right? So maybe, but I don't know. We may be in a gigantic. This literally may be all a gigantic channel. We may be working our way all the way down here on Apple. But I mean, if you look on the weekly here, you see like a clear double bottom, kind of like a broken inverted head and shoulders, and yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good. I mean, I would be betting that the market would go up rather than down. If you look at Bitcoin here, still very strong. very strong on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is very strong here. You know, when you spend this amount of time, you know, pretty much a year just down here, it fixed itself, you know. As bearish as we all were looking at this thing, it just does not look like, you know, these names just want to go down anymore. I mean, we spent the time down here, you know. Netflix here. Same thing, daily short setup. Watch for a test of its 21. Again, regardless of wherever we end up bottoming out, you definitely want to think more to buy the dip on these things rather than, you know, time to open up a fresh short. Let's look at the VIX here. Yeah, the VIX is still in the pits here. Right? I mean, this is not the pattern you want to look for if you're thinking the world is going to end. But I will say this, you know, a lot of the big crashes definitely come from all-time highs, so keep that in mind as well. IWM just still in this choppy wedge here. Not really going anywhere, but I would say if I had to pick a bias, I would definitely be saying up on IWM here. Let's look at NVIDIA. My goodness. I mean, damn. This is all AI, by the way. This is the AI pump. Look at, I mean, if you wanted an example of a strong chart, so we're in a fresh short setup as of Friday here, and there goes the pullback. Okay, and yeah, there's quite a few gaps to be filled here. I don't know if a retest of the 21 is going to do it. I mean, it may, but this chart needs to fix itself. Ideally, I'd like for it to come down here to 318 before we can even think about potentially, you know, moving on something like this. Let's look at the Qs here. Looks kind of like NVIDIA, right? Yeah, these things have been going like mad, right? So here we go. We got a short setup here. Again, look for a retest of the 21. But we could go down lower. I mean, we could easily go to 350, 340 on the Qs here. We got weekly momentum right there, right? So, I mean, overall, right? You definitely want to buy the dip on these things, but, you know, I'd look for, like, those secondary and tertiary support levels and, like, you know, give it time. You know. Give it time. Give it time. That's my ultimate thing for you guys. Just give these names time. Let the charts fix themselves. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. All right. Nothing too fancy to report. Charles Becco, Brooklyn Traders. Just another update video. Again, just overall sentiment. Looks like we're going to go down a bit, you know, just to catch a breather. Unless something really breaks in the world, I would not expect for this bearish sentiment to be very long. I would expect this thing to pass and for us to keep on moving. And to me, it looks like we want to hit to all-time highs. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm expecting. And from there, we'll see how the world shakes out. All right, Charles Becco, Brooklyn Traders. Hey, thanks for watching. Please be sure to like, share, and follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. If you enjoy this content, please check out our website at www.brooklyntraders.net. That is www.brooklyntraders.net. Thanks, and God bless.